Tollymore, A Place to Ponder and Pray, by Peter Hoover. Epilogue. After jumping over the fence into the abandoned graveyard along Tollymore Road, the site of Grove Chapel, long gone, on Table Cape, Tasmania, my curiosity, my fascination, more accurately said, was whetted, seriously. Not only did I get in touch personally with the Blackwell and Dean families, I also became acquainted, fellow employees, and in some cases very good friends with many of the Northwest Coast Christians. Names that quickly came to mind are Harrison, Cunningham, Wigg, House, Popovsky, Sayward, Harper, and far more than I can mention here. What happened with Edwin and Mary Blackwell's family and the home that they had wrested from the wilderness so long ago? In brief, all of them served the Lord zealously as long as they lived. Once retired, Fred and Maud Blackwell lived on a lot in the town of Wynyard, most of it one huge veggie garden. Fred blessed local shops with bushel upon bushel of fresh, high-quality veggies, for free. That is, until his sons insisted he must allow people to give him donations at least for his tireless work. It just doesn't make sense, they told him, for an old man like you to slave away like that for nothing. It wasn't for nothing, he objected. It was to bless others, and I am also blessed. Arnie, a long-time steadfast elder in the church, served as a member of the Burnie Marine Board, the organisation that not only kept, but also much improved the Emu Bay harbour and docks, making it possible for Emu Bay to become one of the principal seaports of Tasmania. When he finally felt compelled to resign, simply for his advanced age, the entire area regretted his necessary decision. Walter, in spite of the chronic lung problem contracted in the trenches at Ypres in the Great War, did all he could for the Lord for the rest of his far-from-easy life. Elsie, his first wife, died, and he married Winifred Boltby. In 1972, 69 years old, Walter agreed to move with Winnie to a remote highland wilderness in Papua New Guinea to set up a sawmill and to design a complete settlement of Bible translators, Summer Institute of Linguistics, in a formidably hostile environment. It took him and Winnie 8 years, with a colourful crew of local workers, to put it all together. What happened with Springfield, the Blackwell farm on the northwest coast itself? Thankfully, the lovely place has not only been preserved, it has turned into an Airbnb called Killynort, owned and operated by the Dean family. The Blackwells, still Christian, live both in Australia and in America. The farm of Major Alexander and Ivy Roberts Thompson has become an internationally beloved and renowned tulip farm right on top of Table Cape. Tourists come from Europe, from Japan, from Canada, from South Africa, and all around the world to take photos during the spring tulip season, usually the end of September and early October. The Roberts Thompsons and the neighbours around them not only plant tulips, but also irises, pyrethrum and opium poppies, legally the source of morphine. The Blackwell timber business? The last time I saw it, it was still going strong in Wynyard, now with a different name. The flour mill on Camp Creek? The building has given way to the Waterfront Motel and Wynyard Yacht Club. Hermie Thompson and the flour mill incident so long ago? You may find it remarkable that I get blessed by gravestone inscriptions, but this one, in the old Wynyard Cemetery, brings me tears. Herman David Thompson, beloved husband of Edna Dulcie Stretton, devoted father and mother of Graham and Gwen, grandchildren Wayne, Barry, Peter, Craig, and Scott. Take courage. Anything that gets started wrong can turn around and become gloriously right. If the Lord Jesus Christ reaches out and changes things, isn't that the crux of the gospel itself? In my research of these believing families, I checked out the records in the Waratah Wynyard Council office, the Smithton Library, personal family records, and much more. Along with this, I had the privilege of attending meetings, sharing in their communions, visiting members from Table Cape, Boat Harbour, to Wynyard and Burnie, formerly Emu Bay, to Yolla, Ridgely, Forest, Stanley, Smithton, Edith Creek, Montague, and especially Marrawah on the far west coast. How has it gone with the Christians in Tasmania in later years? Some things here and there have gone well. Others, well, I will discreetly not describe. However it all went, I am still deeply grateful and involved from a distance. I no longer live in Tasmania, but most of our children, and we had 9, and grandchildren still live on this beautiful but somewhat tragic island. One massive prison colony for so many years. Tragic because virtually all of its original inhabitants were obliterated by British settlers. A truly appalling tale, far too large to tell here. The last time I stopped at Tollymore, the sheep have broken down the fence around the graveyard. Brambles, wild blackberry bushes to be sure, and weeds of all kinds had taken over. No doubt, with 1 or 2 tiger snakes lurking in the brush, I had to ask myself, why hasn't anyone cared about Tollymore in recent years? Couldn't Waratah Wynyard Council at least put a good fence around it and a plaque? Such an awe-inspiring sight, so high above the seas. So truly unique, with an unparalleled story behind it. I felt a bit frustrated until my perspective cleared. Aha! What a difference in the light of eternity does it really make? A fence, a plaque, someone straightening out the broken markers and mowing down the brush? No one, 1,000,000 years from now, will ever care. The true believers who await the resurrection at this place will rise, restored. Their bodies, newly restored bodies, and souls will come together again. Who cares how they died? Through drowning, through sickness, through a broken heart? I eagerly await the last trump, not only to meet our Table Cape brothers and sisters once again truly alive and well. I eagerly await meeting them in the presence of Christ in new heavens and a new earth where righteousness will eternally dwell. Tollymore for me is a place to ponder and pray. The end. Did you enjoy listening to this audiobook from Metamorphose Publishing? May the Lord be praised. Did the Lord speak to you through this account? Or, on the other hand, did it leave you with questions or things you feel should be corrected? We welcome feedback. This is book 1 of a series of 3. 1. Choices, choices, and choices. 2. Sticking to it. 3. He is worthy. If you would like to see this series to continue, you may definitely help by contributing through metamorphosepublishing.com/donate. If you should also like to buy a printed copy of this book, you will find all the details at our website, metamorphose.publishing.com. Soli Deo Gloria.